Hi, welcome to the Art and Craft of Business channel where I interview other business owners and we hear their inspiring business stories. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you get notified when the next story comes out. This afternoon I'm chatting with Chops from TheHiveNZ. Hi Chops.
Hello, hi everyone.
So tell us a little bit about your business, what it is, TheHiveNZ, and how long you've been going for and why you started it.
So I started the Hive it's going to be 8 years this year. People told me, no, it's a year more than you thought. I started it 8 years ago, and it really started from my own need, not being able to list my product affordably somewhere else. And at that time, it wasn't as easy either to just create a few pages and have a website and start selling. Plus, I've never really been inclined in that way in the sense that I wanted to start from scratch and then trying to pull everybody in. I wanted an easier way to start off with, and there just wasn't really any affordable options out there, and especially not if it wasn't specifically handmade. Um, I could be wrong, but at the time, I actually didn't know, but I realized later that at the time only felt was around. So from that moment on, the idea grew and it became my mission to make it affordable and accessible for any type of small Kiwi business to sell online. Um, and so it started as a directory mainly with the option to sell products. And then over time, it grew into more focus on the selling of the products and services, but including any type of small business in New Zealand has always been the key. And I've always kept a real eye on making it affordable. So that's, for example, the reason why there's still a free contract available, because I want it to be available to anybody. So if you started yesterday, you've got no idea where to go. You can join the Hive. We take care of all the tech side for you. You can list all your products, all your services, and you've got your own mini website, and you start selling the same day. And you can do that for free. There is also paid contracts, obviously, for people who want a bit more, and they can then explore deeper and maybe pay a little bit more, or pay in advance and not pay when they sell. Think like there's so many options, because I wanted it to be available to anyone in any type of business, any industry, as long as they're in New Zealand and they're either micro or small business.
Well, that sounds a really unique type of service for small businesses.
I think it's underestimated how many businesses are not able to advertise or sell anywhere. So there's a huge surge in handmade and New Zealand made all over the place right at this moment too. But I do think, and you'll know that too, over the last 7 to 8 years that I've been active on Facebook, there've always been pages and websites and businesses who've focused on handmade or New Zealand made. And that's magnificent, that's awesome, and I support them too. And I welcome them on board for sure. I do think, though, that a lot of services, people who have their items manufactured overseas because they can't do it any other way, people who simply import and sell, who still work really, really hard and still make a profit off what you're buying, all those businesses kind of are cut out and don't really have a lot of places to go. And so, yeah, I do think it's what sets me aside, what sets the Hive aside. And then I think the added factor is that because I've been around for this long and I have seen so many businesses over the years, I bring a lot of advice, a lot of personal help and a one-on-one that you just don't get on other marketplaces. You can't feel like a number at my place. It's a community and everybody's there to support you. But I do think that because I'm there and I'm at least able to point you in the right direction if I can't give you the answer.
Yeah, well, I've seen that firsthand because, I'm part of the Hive too. And, somebody will post a question in one of the groups and you're there. So, that is unique. Very unique indeed. So do you think that you fill any other needs with having that service available?
I think especially because we've done a huge, as you know, a huge website upgrade last year, and what that's done is it's taken away. Maybe I should start at the beginning, because when I first started, this website was built on $30. Right?
Wow.
I started with a Weebly website, and when people would list their products, I would personally put them on, copy paste everything, and put all the images in. Remember that? That was all me. And so then we got a bit of an upgrade to automate more of it. Unfortunately, that didn't really work out the way that we wanted it to work out, but it did a lot. And what helped with it was that we realized all the other things that we really needed that it wasn't doing. So it was a whole process, and obviously I would have liked to just gone straight to the perfect technology, but things happen. And so we've done an upgrade in September, which really has covered the whole technical side for me. So what it means is that I don't have to be involved in everything anymore when it comes to loading products, and it's much more automated for the sellers as well. So you can literally go on and 10 minutes later have 10 products listed, and that's exactly where it needs to be, in my opinion. And so, but because of that, it's also freed up all the time that I used to spend on helping and guiding and getting things to work for people, right? And it's helped me along heaps because I've learned so much from it. And now all that time's there. So my focus is now shifting to, okay, so you're on there, and now how can I magnify what you're already doing? So the SEO is crazy because we've got a community behind it as well, but we work really hard on the SEO side. So people will see on less traffic on their own website than they see to their store page on the Hive, and that's purely because of the work that we put in.
Right.
Bring 10,000 people a day to the website, then it's really up to you how and when you're going to sell. And so that's where now my focus is. How can I now help you to magnify everything you do, amplify it, make it better, make you see even more. And when they see you, they actually click buy rather than go, oh yeah, that's nice, and go away again, right? So that's where my role is much more now.
So what sort of businesses have you got on there? Is it, I know you mentioned some handmade, and then what else? Service-based businesses?
The majority, sorry?
You've got service-based businesses as well?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the majority is still handmade, or New Zealand made, whatever you want to call it. And that's natural because the majority of small businesses, people that work from home, are people who create from home. And so that's reflected on the Hive. But yeah, I've got accountants. We've got all kinds of technical stuff going on. Someone signed up, you'll probably see soon. We've got someone signed up recently who writes CVs. Yeah, so the range is really huge. It's home decor to kids' clothing and then photography, and like I said, the CV writer and the content writer, and we've got a virtual assistant on there. And also one thing I need to add, because I get this question quite a bit, is that I welcome anyone, and even if you sell a similar item. So I do not go, okay, we've already got someone selling this particular product, so you can't join. Because I think we're really good, and you will be able to confirm that, hopefully. We're really good at not believing in competition. And you bring your energy, you bring your thing, in your product, and so you'll attract your own audience within hours anyway.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I appreciate about being involved in the community is, you know, that it is a community, that we're all in it together, and, you know, that no one person is more important than anybody else.
Yeah, and you know what? That's something that I've realized recently too. I've worked so hard to have that and to supply that because I think it's really easy to forget that that's created, because you know as well as I do, and I know everybody watching this video knows it too, is that there's plenty of Facebook communities where the atmosphere is not like that. And so you have to wonder why it isn't mine. And I actually don't even have 20,000 rules, as you well know. So it's created with how we interact, and I've worked really hard on that, and it's something I'm really proud of.
Yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
So if you were to give advice to some small, you know, somebody who's starting their small business, what would that be? It could be
Oh my God, there's such a list. There's such a list of things, hey. Well, one, come and join the Hive, obviously. I mean, why are you not? No, but besides that, I'd say follow who you are. Because when you're genuine and you're you, and you own who you are, and you're proud of who you are and the choices you make, then that will reflect in everything you do, and you will attract the right audience. You'll attract the right or environment, and you'll grow more and sell more.
Was there anything that you might like to mention that I haven't asked?
No, not really. No, I think I've covered everything with the Hive, and I invite anybody to be active in your community, be active in my community, be active in the. And it's actually quite an interesting time, I think, because the audience is there roaring. We can see that just by how the postage services are completely overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But that will die down soon too, because people will go back to work and things like that. Well, I think people will kind of forget about that. Oh, I wanted to only buy from New Zealand made or a small business. And so it's up to us as that community to stick together and keep that message alive.
Yeah, totally. I think, you know, maybe next week even people will sort of forget that they were.
Yeah, unfortunately they'll go back. I think that too. They'll go back to life, and the easiness of things will come back into play, and that message will start disappearing. But you know what? We've got as a community of small businesses, in your group, my group, all the other groups, there's a power there. And so if we keep that positive message spreading, then people will keep remembering too.
Right. Yep, totally. So where's the best place to come find what you're all about? Facebook or website?
Depending on, if you want to see what the Hive is doing, then just the website, the homepage, obviously, which is TheHiveNZ.co.nz. And if you want to read about selling on the Hive, you need a /sell, and that will take you to selling on the Hive and all the information regarding that.
Great. Thank you for that.
No worries. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's awesome.
You're welcome.